Our opponent says, whatever this means, E Porco Idio. That probably means that I'm an idiot, I would think. Alright, guys. We are here for match 2 with the list that you see on screen. We are going against everything that my heart knows to be true and sacred. We're playing Sakura-Tribe Scout over Arboreal Grazer, and if you want to understand some of the thought process behind that decision and the cards in this list and the construction of it and what it is based on, then you need to check out match 1, because I go over all of that in detail in match 1, and I will not be doing so here. Yeah, I'm excited to play a match 2 here, and let's just go ahead and get the games underway. I'll see you guys in the games. Alright, we have our match, so let's hop on in here. That is assuming our opponent wants to join at all. Looks like they chose to join. Should not have. Don't they know who they're playing against? Whew, and we have a great hand here. We're missing only a Primeval Titan, but of course we're going to keep this. Not able to play turn 1 Scout here, sadly. But turn 1 Amulet of Vigor, that seems pretty good. I don't know. What do you think? Our opponent, Jeff Berlin over here. On a Molta 6. And on turn 1 Tron. Well, having the Amulet already ready to go. And a Ghost Quarter in hand against Tron. Both very nice things to have access to. I guess we go ahead and play the Ghost Quarter. So we already have this one in play to activate. If we draw a Vesuva, we can Vesuva copying Ghost Quarter, which is kind of interesting. We'll see if our opponent's on E-Tron or Green Tron, playing the Eldrazi creatures or the big Karns and Ugins and that kind of thing. Looks like our opponent is not revealing to us just yet what they're on, but, I mean, we can play Dryad, pick up Ghost Quarter, and then replay Ghost Quarter. I think that's way better than just hoping our opponent has nothing. A little annoying to get rid of our access to bounce land here, but I don't think we have a choice, so. And, if we hit another land source, then we can potentially transmute Tolarios for a bounce land. So let's set our opponent's draw step stop here, so we can hit one of these beautiful little Urza lands that they've managed to collect here in their draw step. Of course, hitting it in the draw step makes it more likely they've drawn the basic land that they might be otherwise searching for, so. Or just drawn a basic land in general, actually. And, the last one that they played was, in fact, the Power Plant, so we're going to go ahead and hit that one. I don't know if there's any particular merit to which one of these to choose here, of course. My understanding is that Tron players are more likely to play their unique Urza lands second, since it makes more sense to expose an Urza land that you already have a duplicate of first, if they do have two. Definitely getting punished here as our opponent has a second Power Plant. Not even the same art. Opponent. Well, they do have Tron this upcoming turn, and we don't have a Titan this upcoming turn, so we could be in some trouble for sure. I guess if we draw a second Amulet, we could potentially explore into a Titan after having the Amulet. Like, okay, our opponent is on a Chromatic Star plan. Our only Ghost Quarter is gone now, so we can't disrupt our opponent's Tron. This is one of those games where if we had been on the play, we'd actually have been extremely favored, but on the draw, it's pretty close. I think that our opponent's favored in this situation, with them being on the play. Karn liberated. Alright, well, our opponent has shown us that they have a way to deal with stuff that we put into play. We see an Explore. Okay. Well, we can play Stronghold Dryad into Talari West, untap it, Scout. And that way, I suppose that would be weak to them having a Ugin minus. I guess there wouldn't be any sense in playing both a Dryad and a Scout, as either would let us Titan if we found a bounce land, I think. Let's start with an Explore, then. I think I'm kind of off playing Dryad into this board. We have a fetch land. Interesting. We can play Land Explore again. And then play Talari West into Scout. Or if we top deck another land, do that instead. I guess that's what we're doing. We are exposing our Stronghold, sadly, but I mean, there's not much we can do about it. We'll Explore. There's a Scout. I think we just have to play the T-West. I don't know, maybe getting the Scout into play is not actually relevant on this board state at all. Things are not looking great. I think we need to transmute Telarios for a bounce land and hope that we top deck a Titan, so I'm not going to play it. Definitely will clock for 2, though. Would be nice to get a Scout into play to clock our opponent's Karn for 1 once they play it here, because they'll probably be playing that one. There's the tower. See if they have the Karn or something else. If we find a bounce land, we might even be able to play and haste a Dryad. And then get to clock a Karn for 4 or something. If they Karn minus on the Dryad, of course. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, maybe it doesn't make sense to have played the, or not played the Talari West here, since if we lose our Dryad, we can't transmute anyway, since we would only have access to a maximum 1 blue. I suppose it's not true if we draw a second Amulet exactly, but as that way we get to untap the breeding pool, we'd fetch 4 tapped twice instead of once. That's pretty slim, though. Here's Karn. There it is. See what they choose to do with it. They exile the Sanctuary. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I guess we get to clock their Karn, though, now, and take it down to 1, so they can't minus on another thing. Play out a couple Scouts here, too. I mean, I definitely don't think we are holding on to Talari West at this point, so let's go ahead and throw that one into play. We could actually even kill their Karn by just hasting our Dryad here. I think that's probably better than putting a couple Scouts into play. We could play Scout, Scout, hold this one to exile to the Karn, and then have 1, 2, 3, 4... Actually, we just need to get this Karn out of play. I don't think that's really an option of leaving Karn in play, so... We'll wait a minute on playing these 1-drops that we've drawn numerous of. Karn out of play. Let's take it step by step. No longer need this draw step stop. Our opponent is, drawing cards with stars and spheres? Makes sense. See if they have another threat backup here. They have a mine. They have lots of mana. O-Stone. That one's pretty annoying. I'm not gonna lie, that one is pretty annoying. Oh, they're just going ahead and popping it too? Alright. I can get behind that. There's our bounce land. We can fetch for a basic forest, play Dryad, bounce land, pick up the Stronghold, and then if we top deck a Titan, we can play Stronghold and then Titan all in the same turn. And get Valka triggers. Or we could hold on to the Growth Chamber and try to transmute Talari West for a pack. But then we would be short on Titan mana anyway, so I guess we're just putting Dryad into play. Doing the most powerful thing that we can present here. Oh, this is actually 1 short of Titan mana also. That's okay. We'll just put a Scout into play as well. I suppose now if we top deck another bounce land, we can transmute Talari West and still have Titan mana ready to go, so not too bad. Sanctum could be bad news if they have a threat here. Looks like they might have Karn the Great Creator. Nope. Alright, well... Yeah, I'm not sure there's much we can do to get out of this. They probably just minus on Dryad. Heck, maybe they even plus the Karn. I don't know. Probably doesn't matter what they do here. They minus on the Growth Chamber. That makes sense. I keep thinking they're going to hit our creatures, but I guess they don't care if their Karn leaves play. They just want to make sure we can't cast Titan. Because if they buy enough time, they will win. I don't think we can beat Ulamog this upcoming turn at all. I just don't even think it's possible. Alright, I'm just going to scoop it up. Let's see, they have enough to play it, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Alright, well, let's just go to game 2 here. Be on the play. On the draw for game 3 is kind of tragic, but that's okay. Here, we're going to want Reclamation Sage and Force of Vigor to hit Karn targets, but Force also can hit a turn 1 map if we have it in our opening hand. I don't think that's super unreasonable at all. Definitely, Grazer is worse than Scout in this matchup, so that's nice. We want the Pact of Negation as well. Dismember is probably not important enough. I don't mind having a tracker, but to be honest, we either just need to get Dryad and Titan into play or stop our opponent from getting Tron, and that's our plan. So Tyler's tracker is a bit off plan here. Explorer is quite slow, but Bog is completely dead. No reason to have that one. Colony Garden doesn't do a whole lot either. I think Colony's alright, though. Actually, now let's trim the Colony. I don't think Colony does anything here. Trim and Explorer. Do we want Grazers over, say, one Summoner's Pact and these Explorers? I feel like I want a Grazer over an Explorer, but I don't think that it's that significantly better. I just like having a higher density of 1-drops to play a 3-drop on turn 2. Actually, to be honest, maybe that's a reason enough to have Grazers entirely over Explore. And then we could trim 1 Pact. I don't think we need to, though. We'll just submit it. Alright, we'll be on the play, of course. This hand would be way better if we had any untapped green source, but we don't. But we do have Titan mana, and we have Titan to cast. We get to turn 2 Grazer in a bounce land to pick up Castle Garenbrig and play a land. So that's going to be 3 mana on turn 3. No, 4 mana on turn 4 if we have an untapped land. So this is a turn 5 Titan with Garenbrig if we find a forest. That seems a little slow. I'm going to mulligan it. Well, at least this hand has untapped lands, so this is a bit earlier on the Titan since we can play Grazer out early, and we have Summoner's Pact to find a 3-drop if we need it. Probably just getting rid of a forest here, as I think Windswept Heath is better for setting up the breeding pool. Don't need to play it immediately, though. Grazer out a non-bounce land here in case we find Amulet. Talari West seems fine to me. We can Heath, Crack, and play a 3-drop this upcoming turn if we so desire that. By Summoner's Packing for a 3-drop, of course. Or if we just top deck it, there's a Titan. Interesting. Yeah, so I guess just packing for a Dryad is the plan here. Although, I guess we would lose to a Ghost Quarter effect. If our opponent just has turn 2 Ghost Quarter and kills us, I think I'm pretty okay with that. That's pretty unlikely. Alright, I'm doing it. I am going to shock the breeding pool here. We'd be 1 short of casting Titan. Although we have 2 draw steps to find a land, so... And we can even play a tap land in between, so... I'm definitely just getting the Dryad here. Play Sanctuary. Pick up the Forest here, so we guarantee an untapped source eventually for our Titan. Send with Grazer for the meme value. Take 0. Take it. A Crack Star, Flow Green. Maybe we see a little Ancient Stirrings here. Oh, they have a second Tron land, okay. So they have turn 3 Tron off of the Scrying. Kind of a problem, but that's alright. All good. We want any land off the top here, is what we're looking for. That way, this upcoming turn, not the one that we're about to play, but the turn after this one, we'll be able to play Titan regardless. I guess, unless our opponent minuses a Karn on our Sanctuary, I suppose. We'll just hope they don't do that. Garenbrig is a good one. Do we play out the Forest here? I guess we do. Alright, we'll swing for 2 points of damage. Pass it back. So now, even if they do Karn minus on the Sanctuary, any land, any untapped land or a bounce land would let us cast Titan. So, looking not too bad here. Untap land lets us cast Titan, get Ghost Quarter and a bounce land, pick up the Ghost Quarter, play it, and then kill one of our opponent's Tron lands. We know they scrying for the power plant, so that's the one we should hit. They go immediately for Stirrings here, so no big Karn is actually amazing for us. Means that we're about to get Battlecat triggers with our Dryad if we so want them. Interesting. There's the Karn. Want floating. Don't know what they would get, like, if they, or what they would name if they got a Pithing Needle, for example, here. They get Graph Digger's Cage. Okay, that doesn't do anything. So we play Titan here. You get Valcut and Vesuva copying Sanctuary. That's 2 triggers. We pick up the Vesuva, play it again, copying Sanctuary. That's 3 triggers. Pick it up, play it again. Oh, wait, we have... Wait, no, we can't play the Zeus also. So that's 3 triggers. We pick it up, play it as Valcut. That's 5 total triggers, plus the 2 from the Dryad is 1 short of lethal. So if we had Scout, we'd actually have lethal here. We play Titan. I guess we're just getting the Ghost Quarter and hoping that's good enough. Our Dryad keeps the Karn in check well enough, so... We're just getting Bounce Land and Ghost Quarter. No Valcut triggers this time. I suppose we could get Vesuva and Ghost Quarter. That way we already have Vesuva in play if we want to be able to copy a Valcut without having to search for it with a Titan trigger. So I'm going to go for that. Could be wrong. Maybe it's better to have Vesuva in deck to directly copy a Valcut, but I'm cool with this. Giving it a little test run here. We're going to need this draw step stop once more. We'll set it. We'll clock our opponent's Karn so they can't get something annoying like a Snaring Bridge. That's not what we want. We'll attack the Karn. Now our opponent's draw step will hit this power plant. Don't think there's anything at instant speed they can have to trip us up here, so... Although, there's really no harm in doing this now. I guess if they have a Nature's Claim, they could cast it and kill our Dryad and then untap with extra mana. So, I guess it's better to just go ahead and wait until their draw step. Alright. See if our opponent reestablishes Tron here. Of course, they get the basic land. Not a big fan of this forest, but that's just me. Glad our opponents are living their best life over here, playing the forests that they like to. We're going with the thematic forest here. The Old Border Forest, the Old Border Titan, you know. Ancient Stirrings. Alright, that's a pretty good start for them. If they find the Tron land they're missing, then they can play something big. And if they have the Tron land but are looking for a threat, they can do that instead. They find the power plant. Alright, alright. Like I said, that was a pretty good line for our opponent. But they still can't get rid of both the Titan and the Dryad here, I don't think. They can't play and pop an O-Stone. They can't play an Ugin to -6 and wipe our board, so... They can deal with one, but not both. I suppose dealing with our Titan would be pretty good for them. Especially since we have a pact to pay for, if I'm not mistaken. No, we don't. Do we? I don't think we do. I could be wrong. We'll see in our upkeep here. Yep. Classic, you know. Oh, they play a Sphere. Well, that doesn't bode well for them. Now they may not be answering either of our creatures. I suppose they could draw into Nature's Claim for Dryad. It's a star. Okay, well, I think our opponent might just be dead to Valkyrie triggers this upcoming turn. Then I suppose they could be holding up Dismember for Dryad, which is something we ought to be looking out for. They make a blocker so we can't kill their Karn if we attack it with just the Dryad. They play O-Stone. Okay, well... Odd stuff. I suppose we can play around O-Stone by setting up another pact here. Amulet is interesting. So we attack with the Titan, get Bounce Land and Valcut. If they kill our Dryad, like, we'll be picking up the Sanctuary. So I guess we want to start out by playing Azusa, so we can pick this up and not waste the mana from it. I think we just go ahead and play out this Amulet also. So my plan is to get a Valcut and a Bounce Land to pick up Vesuva, and then if they kill the Dryad, we can play the Bounce Land several times and transmute for something and play like a Dryad after. I guess Dryad doesn't do much, but play a second Titan, or just transmute and keep the pact in hand so that we can play around O-Stone. Seems pretty good. Alright, so the plan is to transmute Telarios in our second main phase. So yeah, I guess we're going ahead and playing the Amulet also. We could also Sunhome. We could get Valcut and Sunhome, and then they dismember this, and we get through with 12 points of damage. Doesn't really do much. Nah. Alright, Valakut and Bounce Land is the plan. We'll send this at them, and do we want to kill the Karn or no? I think we have to kill the Karn. We'll attack the Karn with the Titan, and them with the Dryad, I suppose. Sure. Yep. And getting the Valakut forces them to have to dismember the Dryad and not the Titan, so we can't just trade with their Grafdigger's Cage 1/1. So, probably is the best choice. We're getting a red source, so we don't want Gruul Turf. I guess we just want Sanctuary, or not Sanctuary, Growth Chamber. We can actually kill the cage, but I don't think that's worth it. We could even send one at the Karn. I didn't think about that. Yeah, probably attacking the Karn instead of just shooting it with the Valakut. I guess actually this just ensures that their Karn is not going to be in play, though, so it's probably fine. We'll always yes. And always yield. Pick up the Vesuva. They haven't dismembered the Dryad just yet. Alright. We might just have lethal on them with the Vesuva here, so. They block the Dryad. Okay, makes sense. They're still 4 triggers away, so land, and then Valakut, or Vesuva copying Valakut is lethal. We can even... Let's see, we have 2, 3, 4 lands for turn, and I believe we have already played one. I'm not sure. Alright. Wow, we are really far ahead in the future here. Nope, we have not played a land yet. So we still have enough land drops to kill our opponent and pick up Talari West without having to copy the Valakut, so I guess that's the plan. They could Nature's Claim their own artifact, but that even doesn't matter, so. Alright, we'll just do the thing. Save targets upstairs. We'll float. Pick it up. Do it again. This lets us play around O-Stone also, so. Unless I'm just crazy and we have fewer land drops than I think. I don't believe that's the case. Yep, there we go. This is our last land drop, allowing us to pick up and transmute T-West, even if they can kill a Dryad. They've waited a long time to kill Dryad if they had the ability. I didn't think so. Alright, so we won game 2. That's great news. Do we want to change anything? I feel like that answer is no. We could have a tracker. I don't mind it. I don't know what we would cut for it, though. Even Sonus Pack seems pretty relevant here, just to make sure we have access to the thing that we need, so. Clearly, packing for the Dryad there was a pretty good line, I would think. Oof, and we have a Force of Vigor to hit our opponent's turn 1 map if they play it. And a turn 1 Scout. His hand's a little slow, though. I mean, I would totally force pitching Dryad to hit a map if our opponent played it on turn 1. But we're missing a couple lands. I guess we have Talari West to transmute for Titan or even Ghost Quarter, perhaps, but, we could even just play a turn 2 Dryad here. It's very tempting, but it's actually not that great, in my opinion. Even if we top deck a Bounce Land, like, it doesn't do that much for us. Not Bounce Land, Amulet. A Bounce Land would be pretty good. Alright, I think because we can top deck a Bounce Land in the top, like, 3 draws, we're, like, 50 to 60% chance to do that. I think if I remember my previous hypergeometric calculations before. I might go ahead and do that at the end of this game here, just so you know what I'm talking about and that I'm not pulling numbers from literally nowhere. We can set a yield until our opponent's end step so they don't know for sure that we have the force. Ugh, and now we have to decide, do we hit the map or not? I think that we do. I'm losing a Dryad in the process, but I mean, we gotta go for greatness here. There's the Ghost Quarter. Alright, well, you know, this hand is actually kind of panning out. We gave up a lot to hit our opponent's map, though. They have a second Tron land. Okay, well, we're going to have to Ghost Quarter them. There's an Amulet, which is actually decent. We'll play it, I suppose. We'll play the Telarios, I suppose. And I guess we're scouting in the Ghost Quarter here to hit a land in their draw step here, just to make sure they can't turn 3 Tron us. I guess there's no real reason not to just do it now. Yeah, we'll put the Ghost Quarter in play now and then just activate it on their draw step. Don't want to misclick. Our opponent says, whatever this means, E Porco Idio. That probably means that I'm an idiot, I would think. And they played the power plant second, so let's hit that one. Let me make sure that that's accurate. Yeah, they played the power plant second, so. And it's also an ugly white border. Get out of here. To be honest, I don't actually hate white borders. I just like memeing on things. It's the one that doesn't match. That's why it's ugly. If they were all white border, I'd have no problem with it. But, like, this is just despicable, man. You know, different arts, different borders. Like, come on, you can't do that. You just can't. They have another power plant. Okay. Well, let's put some lands into play, I suppose. Hold up our scout activation. See if our opponent can find access to their third Tron land here. They have the Tron land. Okay. Ancient Starring, so they may not have a threat here. They found Tron, but at the cost of perhaps not having something to play. Find O-Stone, okay. That's kind of annoying. Not the end of the world, but it is kind of annoying. Oh, they have a threat after all? Say it ain't so. Don't do it upon Karn the Great Creator. Yeah, that one kind of sucks too, not gonna lie. Oh no, we can't activate abilities of our amulet. Whatever will we do? Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Karn the Great Creator does absolutely nothing against the Amulet of Vigor. It's not an activated ability, so we're good. I mean, we're going to be scouting in a land here, regardless of the fact that they're going to be liquid metal coating a land. It's just free value. One-shot Teeth into play. Untap. Keeping this for blue purposes. They hit a forest. That's definitely wrong. They should be hitting the Telarios, I think. If we had bounce land plus Titan here, we don't. But if we did, then we'd be in pretty good shape here. I guess we clock the Karn, so they can't just minus it for free. I mean, they're gonna uptick on a land just to keep us off of Titan mana, which they're actually not doing a great job of since we can activate Castle Garenbrig anyway, so just want to make sure they can't minus for free if that's what they wanted to do. Of course, they have O-Stone here, so get rid of our Castle Garenbrig. That's okay, because Crumbling Vestige does make 2 mana under Amulet circumstances anyways, so we can still cast Titan if we do draw one here. Not going to be able to deal with our opponent's Tron lands, though. Some people like to play a Ramanop Excavator in the sideboard, or even a Tectonic Edge for situations like this, where you've Ghost Quartered your opponent and you still need to Ghost Quarter them a second time to make sure that you're in the game and not out of the game, but... This feels like a walking ballista. Wrong coil engine. That one is actually pretty okay. Alright, Titan off the top is what we want. Titan off the top. Let's go. I guess we should probably be fetching to make sure that we have one extra less card to hit that isn't Titan. I was going to say one extra draw towards Titan, which I guess is kind of true, but it's more like we have one less dead draw towards Titans. Alright, so Titan off the top. Bounce land. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Oh no, we are one short of transmuting and casting Titan here. I don't think there's anything else relevant that we can pack for. We have Rex Sage to hit the coding. That's not what I want to be doing, though. We could transmute for Pact of Negation. I don't know. It's probably better to have the Sanctuary on hand, though, against our opponent's coding engine. This really sucks. No, I think we're supposed to transmute for a Pact here. I don't think we can get around it. especially since we have Vestige to produce some extra mana for us after they coding away our Sanctuary inevitably, so... Oh, we'll be one short for that. Oh, whatever. What's done is done. I guess this means if we top deck a bounce land, then we have Titan. No, any land actually lets us Titan, because we play land and then scout in Vestige and play Titan, so it's definitely correct to transmute for Pact here. Pact of Negation seems a little win-less, rather than actually being able to win the game, since we'd have to top deck a Titan, and we can't even pay for Pact of Negation here, so... They do go after the Sanctuary. Alright, we want any land off the top, and for our opponent to have nothing relevant this turn. No relevant play, land off the top. Where we go from there, I have no clue. They go for attacks. I go for no blocks. Them attacking with the Wurmcoil actually means that we can haste a Titan and get their Karn out of play if we do manage to get a Titan into play this upcoming turn, so... Pretty glad that they attacked. Not that it was wrong. It was probably right for them to attack. Let's see if they play the Oath Stone here. Oh, they play Karn. Yeah, that one's pretty rough. Searching for Ulamog. They hit the Breeding Pool and not the Amulet. So we can still top deck... Well, that's not Bounce Land. I was going to say we can still top deck Bounce Land, but... That is out. Yeah, well... I think we just died to Ulamog. They probably hit the Amulet with the Ulamog trigger. I guess it's up to them whether they're going to do that or not, though. So, I'm going to play the Vestige, play the Azusa to give them a nice, juicy Ulamog target. Then, if they don't hit Amulet, we can still top deck Bounce Land and be pretty good. So, we're going to clock the Karn with the Tribe Scout so they can't minus on something and exile a third permanent. Not that Karn, this Karn. There we go. Liberated, not Great Creator. We can't beat whatever they're going to get with Great Creator now anyway, so... Might as well keep an extra card in play. But yeah, if they chose to hit Azusa and a land here with their Ulamog, then a top deck bounce land lets us get there. I have to assume they're going to hit our Amulet here. Oh, wait, that's right. Well, I don't think we have any outs. The Karn Plus is just as lethal. I guess maybe there's a chance they couldn't have played Ulamog this turn, so maybe we punted by playing anything out. Probably just holding the Azusa in hand, perhaps? Or even just holding the Crumbling Vestige, so if we top deck a bounce land, we could play Azusa, land, activate Scout, and have Titan, and still have something to pitch to the Karn uptick, and just hope they don't have a land. I don't know. It's a rough situation. Again, matches, or not matches, but games against Tron kind of come down to this kind of thing when you're on the draw rather than on the play. On the play, this is a great matchup. On the draw, it's not quite as good. Definitely not worrying about Wurmcoil Engine right now. We have much bigger fish to fry. Probably chumping with Tribe Scout, though, I would imagine. They play another Karn the Great Creator, huh? Okay. Minus, okay. Trinisphere, okay. Valgut. I mean, we gotta play out lands here. I really think we just have no outs, though. Clocking Karn the Great Creator with both of these guys, I suppose. I mean, we're not gonna be able to chump Wurmcoil, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. I don't think we have an out here. I'm just gonna go ahead and scoop it up. I don't think there's anything we can draw, so just go ahead and save some time here. It's okay. We can go 1-2 against Tron on the draw. I'm totally fine with that. Scout actually looking pretty good there, though. Obviously, being able to pressure Planeswalkers is something that Scout can do and Grazer cannot, so it's nice to see that in action. And let me know what you thought of that match. Maybe we shouldn't have forced the map on turn 1. I feel like it did a pretty important job there, slowing our opponent down. It seemed like they had Tron ready to go. Maybe they didn't have a threat, though, so I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call this video here. If you liked it, if you learned something from it, got some enjoyment out of it, then like, comment, subscribe. Helps me. Hopefully it helps you. And I'll see you guys in the next match. This is Redface Menace, signing off.